Okay guys, so I'm going to give you guys the first look at Call of Duty Warzone running on my particular system. So we're running an i7-8700K overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz and being cooled by an NTX Kraken X62 AIO. We also have an RTX 2060 Founders Edition and our Corsair Vengeance RGB memory, 16 gigs of that. So as you can see, top left corner, we have NZXT cam overlay on, so CPU utilization and temps along with the same for GPU and RAM utilization. So RAM utilization during this game pretty high, around 80%, 70% right now, but once we're in game that'll increase. And then CPU utilization right now sitting around 20% and 37 degrees on the CPU. Been gaming a little bit, so the GPU is warmed up to 63 degrees overall, but nothing too bad there as well. So if we go into our graphics settings, we are sitting at 144 refresh rate, hopefully in game. So we are running this on our Dell S2719 DGF, so 1440p, 1 millisecond response, 144 hertz. You can see a video on this monitor in the card above. And then here are some of our other settings, so mostly normal to low settings on details and textures, similar in shadows and lighting, as well as post-processing. So there's our settings in terms of graphics. Now if we get into a game, give you guys a better idea as to what you can expect when running this particular hardware. So 6 cores, 12 threads, so whether it's this CPU or 2600X or 3600, this is what you can sort of expect with that core count CPU. And then an RTX 2060, so 6 gigs of VRAM, not too much there. If you had a 2060 Super or 2070 Super, you can definitely see an increase in graphics performance. But in this particular build, we're dealing with the 2060 Founders Edition. So we do have RTX capabilities, but probably not smart to use ray tracing in this game on this particular hardware, just because we are limited in our tensor core count and ray tracing abilities. But once we're in game, we'll see what kind of FPS we can expect.
Get yourselves a proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon.
So it looks like our GPU utilization is a little broken at the moment. It says we're only using 0%, which is extremely doubtful. But you can at least get an idea on temps. The temps are accurate, 66 degrees, as well as CPU utilization and just frame rate. So I think frame rates is the big one for everybody. So on the ground, sitting at around 90 FPS. If we're looking through our reticle, up to 100. Go inside. Indoors, it's around 108. So if we limit our field of view, we definitely get a boost. So now you can see 144 FPS if we're just staring at a wall in the game.
Alright, that's enough mucking about. Now we do this for real.
So expected in game probably around 100 to 120 FPS.
Going in.
Battle Royale. Mark a drop point for your team. You'll lead them in. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone.
Drops on mark. Let's begin.
So I'll just drop with our other teammate. So dropping in on the map, as you can see a dip in FPS around 70 FPS. It's a lot for it to take in. But as we get closer to the map, it's increasing a little bit. If we limit our field of view just to what's below us, you can see it jump to 111, 114. So it really just depends on sort of your field of view and what you're trying to actually capture in game.
Eliminate all targets in the AO.
assault rifle here.
Your teammate was sent to the Guru. On site for
So, not the greatest, we got a knock.
I'm hit!
But in combat you can see it's like 90 FPS, 95 FPS. Now we're going into the gulag. So,
survive and you can redeploy.
you know, in this dark scene, you can really hit that 144 FPS. Coming out here, it's of course going to drop.
The fight's begun. Get yourself sorted. You're up next.
But we'll see what this
Be
looks
advised,
like.
your teammate got their ass kicked. They're RTB at this time. Win here and you return to the front line. You lose, your fight is over. You're up, soldier. Now go sort this fucker out.
Under fire!
You got roughed up in there. We're bringing you home.
I've been hit!
Wasn't the best of performances.
If your team has the cash, they can
But
pay for
you
your
could
release.
get an idea of sort of what you can expect in this game. So you can see 100 FPS, probably in game. What you're going to be betting on, I would say, is like 100 to 120 FPS with the particular settings that I was using, which isn't terrible for sure. With a 144 hertz monitor or 144 FPS capable monitor, you're probably most likely not going to achieve that with this particular hardware. But let's say you had a 2070 Super, 2080 Super, you could definitely achieve 144 FPS without a doubt. So I think this is a pretty good test. It's definitely more demanding than some of the other Battle Royale games like Apex Legends and Fortnite, but it's a I would say much better looking game. The graphics are pretty good. They're pretty up there. So this was a pretty good test for me. I was pretty surprised that we could even achieve that 120 to 125 FPS in certain scenes. But hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit too, getting an idea of what kind of hardware you want to go with future builds, or if maybe you want to upgrade your current hardware. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any ideas for some future videos, make sure to comment those below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.